dun, 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 dun. What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Storytime with Shari. I am your host of Storytime, Shari Alyse. This is my little co-pilot here, Ollie the owl, who's here for the fun, here for the sarcasm, here for the wit, here to uplift you for your day. For those of you who are brand new to Storytime, welcome. If you are a newbie, write in the comments newbie. And if you're one of my amazing regulars that have been here since March 20th, right when, the lockdown started, put a big ol' heart in the comments so I know my regulars are here. Good morning, Ruby Sterling. Shout out to my very special community, The Joy Spot, which is my private Facebook group. There is a link to that if you are looking for everyday upliftment, everyday joy, if you are looking to be reminded of how beautiful life can be and is when we choose to focus towards it. Don't forget, as always, to grab your favorite cup of something, anything that you choose. I usually choose some little hot caffeinated beverage, and then I usually dash a little tequila or vodka in there, or so I say. It's always more fun to pretend, right? So today's drink of choice is a Mexican coffee, which is coffee, tequila, and Kahlua. Hey, drink up, babies. And if you're like me and you have a collection of wigs, don't forget to go put your favorite wig on. Good morning, Angie. I got my joy spotters here. What's up? So today we are going to continue reading from Heart Minded by Sarah Blondin. And our topic for today, because it is really important, there's a lot that I'm going to share today and announce. So if you can hang out with me for the entirety of this, I encourage you to. If you got other things to do, like working, you can come back and watch the replay of this. But today I'm going to share specifically about happiness after we do our reading, and really how to create lasting happiness, and really what the secret is to happiness. For those of you who don't know, I am a joy expert. I'm a self-love coach. I am the best-selling author of this book, Love Yourself Happy, A Journey Back to You, and I'm also a global international motivational speaker. Although global and international are the same thing. So just take your pick. Not your chick. Take your pick. Global or international. Hello. Hey guys, what's going on? If you're here, say hello. I've been doing this, like I said, since March 20th. I think right now we have about 75 episodes of Storytime with Shari. And I really came in with this at a really important time. It was when everyone here in the United States specifically was on lockdown. And there really was, I got this deep sense that we needed something positive, something to turn to, a community, just something to uplift us, some sort of routine. And I started doing these 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, every day, choosing a fun story to read to you because it was important. Because when I was a kid in 5th and 6th grade, I had a teacher who, would read Judy Blume and all of these fun books to us. And I remember just sitting there and feeling so safe and just having a good time. And I wanted to bring that to people. Hey, Pauline, nice to see you. And I wanted to bring that every day to people, some sort of normalcy, some sort of joy, some sort of something, because I know for a fact from all the people that I've worked with and all the people that I've spoken to around the world that it's not about the things that happen to us that create our joy and our happiness. It's about the things that we choose to create in our lives, which we'll talk about more of that at the end. But like some things, like flowers, these daisies have been holding on for dear life. But if you turn this little thing around here, there are some that are beginning to flop. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that, but when its time has come, you just naturally let it fall away. Will I go and buy more flowers? Absolutely. But I'm not going to push them to their brink and keep going, no, bring me the joy, bring me the happiness. You know that it is time to transition. And so for some time now, I have known that it is time for Storytime with Shari to transition. And the reason why for that is because I know a lot of people have gone back to their normal routine in their lives. I know that people are back to work again. I know that everyone has kind of gotten used to where things are. And my passion and mission will always be to have you look at yourself, to know your wholeness and your beauty and your joy and your light, to know your power and your greatness and your your potential. That will never stop. But reading stories to you, I think it's time that we moved on. So Storytime with Shari will transition into a new format. But I just wanted to let you know that today will be the last official one for Ollie and I. Ollie's like, all right, Shari, I've had it. There's only so much I can hang out and pretend that I'm interested in your stories. And so today will be the last story time with Shari. However, I will continue to be here. I will continue to do my lives. I will continue to be here to inspire and empower you and to allow you to see, not allow, that's the wrong word. You get to do that every day, but to remind you and reflect back to your amazingness. Hey, Samantha. Hey, lady from me and friend Lindsay, sitting here drinking vodka. Awesome. So with that said, I hope that you will sit back in your chair and be all comfy. We are going to go and tune within, because I am not going to leave this last story time without having you connect back to yourself in a way that feels centered, in a way that feels grounded, in a way that feels comfortable, and in a way that mostly feels like you. So I invite you to close your eyes. And with me, I want you to take a few big, deep breaths with me. I invite you to inhale through your nose slowly, just taking a big, nice, slow, deep inhale. Hold that at the top for a couple of seconds. And then on the exhale, you're going to exhale slowly through your mouth. And as you exhale, just let go of wherever you notice tension sitting in your body. If you want to get your seat, your butt more comfortable where you're sitting, then do that. But feel your shoulders start to relax. And I don't know, feel your calves. Notice where you might be holding something that you just want to release. And then you're going to take another deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And then on the exhale, you can let out a sigh if you need to, and just center and be here with me in this moment, gifting yourself your presence, gifting yourself source, God, universe, whatever is here with you, holding you and protecting you and keeping you safe and reminding you that you are loved. And one more deep inhale in, hold, and slowly out through your mouth. And when you want to, you are welcome to open your eyes. Welcome back. I just love to do that because I know that so often we are go, 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 go. And inside it's like, slow down, look around, enjoy. There's so much to see, so much to feel, so much to stop distracting yourself with, and to just tune within. Hello for everyone that's just joining. So I'm going to read to you a little bit from Sarah Blondin's Heart-Minded, which is how to hold yourself and others in love. And then after I'm done reading from this short little chapter, I am going to share with you the secret to lasting happiness, to living a life that feels content, connected, and no matter what is going on in the outside world, on the inside, you're feeling good. So as my regulars know, what time is it? Da, da, da. I suddenly made my superhero Broadway. Da, da, da. It's Super Smart Girl. Wow, look at how smart she is. I know. What do you think it is? Well, it's got to be her glasses. Oh my God, I'm going to get myself a pair. Well, it's definitely not her humor. All right, that was the last of that shtick and never got any better. And guess what? We're all right with it. People are like, all right, who's this loser? I'm leaving. So this chapter is called Cultivate. Now you know why Ollie tells me to tell you to have a drink, because my shticks get funnier. Bottoms up. So again, stick around for this short chapter about cultivating love of the self, because then I'm going to talk specifically about happiness and answer any questions that you guys might have. Thanks, Samantha. Got you both laughing. All right. Now that we have brought the neglected elements of ourselves and our experience into loving ownership and awareness, we must learn how to love ourselves just as we are, as this feeling, fluid, learning, human self. We must learn how to cultivate and strengthen the muscle of love for ourselves. This is a very weak muscle for most of us, as we've been taught inadvertently to hate ourselves. The miraculous thing I've learned, though, through my experience with self-love and from feedback I've received from students, is that when you do begin to practice it, Your love starts to swell and saturate you with very little effort or time. It is as if there is a source waiting dormant under the surface of your awareness that, once focused on and summoned, erupts like a geyser to flood, imbue, and support you. This love is neutral and unattached. It is love in its purest form. When we become radiant with our own love, we offer ourselves as medicine to the world. When we love ourselves, our eyes no longer write the story of hurt over the surface of our lives. Whether crooked stick or a broken board, we begin to see life from a place of companionship, understanding, and compassion. To cultivate and find love for the self is to find love for our lives. And to find love for our lives is to find love for all of life. The meditation and practice I share in this chapter has been listened to over 1 million times by people all over the world. Many of these listeners have shared with me stories of heart awakening thanks to the simple practice of self-love. Some said they were brought to tears by it and expressed having a spiritual, life-changing rebirth of themselves. One woman said, "I could literally feel the shift within myself, telling me that this is what I needed to feel whole again. To love myself and listen to my inner being, because it will always tell me all that I need." A startling number admitted how most of their lives were spent feeling estranged from themselves, and how their own tender loving has been what brought them the most healing. My soul finally feels soothed after 51 years of struggle and misunderstanding, and I actually do feel like I have come home, shared one woman. It was hearing about shifts like these that led me to believe it is imperative that we learn to love the self now. We deserve to feel it at home in our beings, in our bodies, in our hearts, and in our lives. We must start to teach ourselves and our children how to do this. There is love, just waiting, like a sun within our chest, to affirm our value, our potential, and our light. I was 33 years old when I said "I love you" to myself for the first time. And after, I wept from an unfamiliar place. It felt as if I was trying back to myself. It felt like as if I was tying back to myself loose threads that had been broken off years ago. I mourned the decades I had spent in disharmony with my body and being. In saying these 3 little words, however, I began to repair and mend this discourse. The love and acceptance I had been searching for in my life were mine already, awaiting their unearthing and rousing. I had everything I needed within me. I met, for the first time, more alive and true than anything that I had ever known in my life. My own wealth, my sustainer, my birthright. Because most of us are not taught self-love as young children, it's easy to splinter off from our inborn perfection, and before we know what's happening, we enter the land of inadequacy. From this sense of being unlovable and not enough, we then spend our days searching for ways to fill the giant hole in our souls. To the people who come and go in our lives, we say, "Love me." We say, "Give to me what is lacking." We say, "Bring to me greater love." We say, "Heal what aches." We say, "Fill what feels hollow." We say all of these things, but we never find the one person who can give to us what we desperately seek. And that is precisely because the love can't be found out there. It's been in here all along. After my revelation, I began saying "I love you" to myself, to my heart every day. Try it. Begin your day by saying "I love you" to yourself. I'm willing to bet you too will find that with daily practice and time, you will begin to notice a shift. What once felt empty will begin to fill. What once felt desperate will start to feel hopeful. As we stitch together the divide we created within ourselves and step into our wholeness, lit from within by our own love and kindness, we heal and we transform. There is even data that confirms the value and importance of this kind of nurturance. In her book, Good Morning, I Love You, psychology professor Shauna Shapiro cites research showing that the part of the brain responsible for growth and change actually shuts down when we are in shame and judgment, and activates when we express self-compassion and love. How cool is that? Our bodies begin to flourish from our loving attention. We begin to flourish. When I first began my practice of self-love, it felt like a bud beginning to open, petal by petal within me. It was my body and heart relaxing into openness from the love I was watering it with. The self-compassion and care I was learning to show myself was helping me feel and grow into the rapture of my own being. It was bringing me to the place where the love is deep within all of us. Every day that we endeavor to love one another, we must try to love ourselves first. Once we feel that self-love, all the other love flowing our way can uplift us to higher levels of love and joy. By no longer looking for love, by giving love to others or trying to fill holes within ourselves, we're able to take in love as never before and give it without expectation as never before. If you ever find yourself consumed with troubling feelings of lack and unworthiness, pain or heartache, try to stop and get really still. Then hold your heart and whisper, I love you. I am listening. I encourage you to speak lovingly to yourself daily, for this is how we disarm ourselves and invite our heart to come out of hiding. This is how we learn to free ourselves from painful relationships and heal scars within. So that is the end of this chapter. Now, I encourage you, I just put in the comments the links to both my own book and Sarah's book, in case you want to continue reading on your own. As mentioned, this is the last episode of Storytime with Shari until it transforms and mutes into something else. So I think that this book is really worthwhile finishing up because there's beautiful meditations in here that she gives you along that are guided. And so you just put in the link and she shares them. I encourage you to grab this book because it's mine, but because I really know that it will help you as you continue to seek more happiness in your life. And perhaps you're somebody who feels that that happiness keeps evading you, that you keep filling it up and just like water in your hands, it just keeps seeming to, flow through the cracks. Self-love, the reason why I teach self-love is because I didn't always feel self-love, because I was always seeking it through somebody or something else. And it wasn't until a couple of decades ago where I finally realized that everything that I was searching for was within. But even though I got that intellectually, it wasn't until I slowed down and really started practicing it and showing up for myself with different tools that I ended up uncovering it and unearthing it. And now when you hear me reading and I seem to get a crack in my voice, it's because loving ourselves unabashedly, fearlessly, unapologetically is the most beautiful gift that we could ever give ourselves. And so I want to encourage you that in any ways that you can, to continue to practice self-compassion, to continue to show up before yourself with gentleness and with kindness and with beauty and with love and with hope and with a smile. Because every time you gift yourself that safe place for yourself, you allow more and more of you to be expressed into the world, and the world needs more of you. It doesn't matter if you're silly. It doesn't matter if you're goofy. It doesn't matter if you're imperfect. That is the reason why you're here, to show up as you, to be you, to add your beautiful stroke of genius to the world. And sometimes that genius is just simply sitting here and sharing a story with you. Or sometimes that genius is offering your ears to somebody else to just listen and hold space for them. Sometimes that genius is creating the most amazing invention. And sometimes that genius is just allowing you to sit and rest when your body says you need to sit and rest. Don't doubt who you are. Don't doubt the gifts that you've been given. Don't doubt that voice within you. You are always worthy to live the life that you choose and you dream of. And no matter what is happening out there, the way that happiness continues to flow through you and in your life It's not waiting for somebody else to bring it to you. It's not waiting for that vacation for you to be happy. It's not waiting for you to lose those 10 pounds. It's not waiting for you to get your dream job. The way to create lasting happiness in your life is by creating purpose and meaning in your life. And so that means that no matter what experiences you have, you understand that there is a deeper meaning and purpose to it all. And when you understand that, you stop getting whipped around by life. When you understand that you don't get battered and bruised by it, you might get shaken a little bit, but you get back up and you understand that every obstacle, every challenge, everything has been brought to you because all it wants to do is rip off all of that things, all of those barriers that stop you from seeing who you are, to help you strengthen, to help you uncover, to see who you are. And so every single day when you wake up, I encourage you to find the meaning in your life, in that moment, to understand who you are and the gifts that you've been given, to show up as the mighty, powerful, badass that you are. And even on the days when you don't feel that way, even on the days when you don't feel that, you get to still take up space. You get to still feel what you're feeling, and you get to still show up and have meaning and happiness and joy in your life. Hi, Jess and Samantha. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. And I wanted to give special thank you because for all of you starting on March 20th, when the world seemed to be in total disarray and confusion and fear, that you all gave me this outlet to be able to show up with you and be able to read silly stories with you, to be able to have this time together where we can connect and where it gave me meaning and purpose. During those times, no matter how together I am and no matter how I understand why things show up in my life, and no matter how many times I say at a challenging situation, how may I grow? I'm still a human being. And so being able to show up for you months ago every day and have this fun banter with you guys has been a gift for me and has allowed me to remember what gifts that I have to give. And the times that I needed joy and silliness and fun and this guy over here and wearing masks and just being goofy and pretending that I had alcohol in here and talking about my wigs and being ridiculous with you guys, being able to have that reminded me of how much I love this. And maybe one day, not maybe, but one day I'll be able to have my television show and, have my little shticks in there. And maybe one day I won't, but whatever it is that every day when I continue to show up and create meaning and purpose in my life is every day that I create more and more happiness. Thanks, Robert. So that's the message for today. Happiness is always possible. And for those of you who know me, I talk about joy because happiness sometimes, well, not sometimes, but happiness is transitory. A lot of times we put that pressure on those things and those moments to have to happen in order to be happy. And happiness is an emotion, it's a feeling. Sometimes you're sad. And in my book, I talk about that it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be jealous at times. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be pissed off. It's okay to be afraid. Those are emotions. That's who we are. That is the totality of life. That's what we get to do. That's what we get to feel. That is our gift. But you get to choose what you get to create. And if you want more of the happiness, then in those challenging times, then you get to pull out and pick and uncover and unearth the treasure in there. What is the meaning of your life? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it living your purpose? Is it giving back? Is it service? Is it sitting in pleasure in the moments of your life? I don't know for you. You get to choose that. And I just want you to know, hey, Kelly, thanks. Y'all gonna make me cry because, well, number one, because I feel so much of what the world feels. It's part of, if you guys know what being an empath is. So when people around me are feeling fearful, when people walk into a room, I could feel energy really strongly. And so that's how the people pleaser actually in me was born, because I would show up giving what everybody else needed and I forgot to look at what I needed. And as I just read to you in this book, the only way to love all, the only way to love all is to love yourself first. Because when you continue to show up for yourself, you keep filling your own cup. And when you continue to fill your cup, it overflows. And in that overflow, I get to keep giving to you. And I don't feel drained. And I also get to hear my voice more clearly because it's not being drowned out by other people's voices, right? So when my voice says, story time is now time to transition, instead of doubting it and being fearful about it, I go, okay, all right, so what's next? And we'll see. And so I just want to say thank you for being who you are, for being supportive, for always sharing these, and for gifting me back the beauty of you. So I will be announcing soon. That was a very big transition. I'm talking softly. I will be announcing soon. Brand new series. We will see what happens. But as I said, I will continue to show up here for you and with you. And my greatest wish and passion and hope is that you continue to show up for and with yourself. Ollie says thank you. He's tired of hanging around here with me, so he's going to get going. So I hope you've enjoyed, Holly. Yes, love yourself. You're awesome too, Jess. I wish I knew IBS. I don't know what that is. So excited to see what the next big thing is. Me too. I'm still going to have my Joy Spot series, the brand new show that shares with you all of the things that bring me the most joy. So that is continuing, and we'll see what else unfolds. If you want to stay connected with me, you can always go over to my website, ShariAlyse.com. If you're looking for one-on-one guidance, always reach out to me. I offer different types of coaching sessions. I offer self-love coaching sessions. I offer motivational. If you're looking for more like, what do I want to do with my life next, or whatever that thing is for you, I'm there in that way. And then you can always come join me and the Joy Spotters over at the Joy Spot Facebook group. And most importantly, the best way to stay connected is to stay connected with you. All right, y'all. You ready for my favorite thing that I have taught you for the last 7 months, and the thing that I do twice a day, sometimes a third time a day when I'm feeling extra lovey? It is our self-hug. And self-hugs, for those of you who don't know, is supportive touch. Supportive touch is shown just like it is with children. How do you calm a baby down? You rock it, you touch it, you rub its arm, you do all of these things. We need that too, even as adults. And so this is my favorite way to be able to calm myself down and to build myself up. So take your dominant hand, whichever one that is, and you're going to take that and you're going to place that right under your arm right here. Then your leftover hand that you have right here, and all my regulars know my joke, but if you're an octopus, choose a hand. Although after all this time, they have arms. I got it. And you're going to put that extra hand on your shoulder. And if it feels good to you, I invite you to close your eyes. And then you're just going to squeeze the living love out of yourself. And this is always my favorite time, where I share with myself what it is that I need. If I'm about to have a big day ahead, you got this, don't worry. If I'm feeling sad, I'm here with you, I love you. All the ways that you would speak to someone that you love, all the ways that you would be there for a good friend. This is your time. This is for you. And I want you to continue to do this, because you will notice a difference in the ways that you show up and treat yourself. And you will also notice the ways that you soften just a little bit with more of your love. I love y'all so much. As Samantha says, come and join us in the Joy Spot, and reach out to me personally if you are looking for one-on-one guidance. And don't forget that I am starting my book tour up again in December. So I am doing a virtual book tour and workshop. So if you want to end 2020 in a better and bigger and more bolder and badass way than you started it, then reach out to me. It is a private workshop up to you and 9, so 10 of you total, of your friends. I will be coming right into your living room virtually, and we will host either a mimosa brunch or a happy hour. And we get an awesome opportunity to do some great activities and exercises together to envision a brand new year, to let this past one go. And I'll do a motivational talk for you guys as well. And that is the month of December. I only have limited dates, so make sure that you claim yours. I love you all so much. Again, thank you for being here with me over the last 7 months. Your presence has been a gift. You are a gift. Ollie and I, we're out of here, baby. Drink up. Bye, guys. I'll see you soon on our brand new venture. Bye, guys.